In this video, we are going to list down the invalid tweets. Hello, this is Jagan from Grow with Data. I am posting this video to share my knowledge in SQL with you. If this assists you in your interview preparation anyways, I will be happy. This video will be tagged in SQL Interview Questions and the code we discuss in this video will be uploaded to the GitHub. The link for the GitHub page will be in the video description part. This is the 44th video of the SQL Interview Question series. Let's see the data set and you can talk about the question in detail. So we are given a tweets table which got the tweet ID and the tweet content. Let's create this table. The table is created. So now what they are asking to do is they ask to list down the invalid tweets from this data set. So what is the definition of an invalid tweet? So they are given three definitions. The first one is the tweet length. If it's more than 120 characters, then it's invalid. And they use more than 3 mentions in the content, then it's invalid. The third one is if there is more than 3 hashtags used, then it's invalid. So any of these conditions satisfy, then that is a invalid tweet. So let's go with one by one. Let's comment this out. So in the previous video, we saw how many hashtags has been used and which hashtag is the most used, the top 3 most used hashtags. So we just did a recursive function. We just scanned all the words starting with hash and then we pulled that out using the recursive CTE table. Then we did the aggregation to find the top 3 hashtags. This is a bit simple. It's not that complex as before. This is one of the simplest questions. Only thing is you have to know how to get the 3 conditions, like how many times the mention is used, how many times the hashtag is used, and what is the length of the content. So first thing is, what is the length of the content? So I say select from tweets where the length of the CO content is greater than 120. So what we need the tweet ID and content. So if I run this, I get 7 and 14. So if you see this, yeah, you have a longer content. Okay, so 7 and 14 are the 2 which got the longer content. So if you see this, everything is like single line or this stops here, but 7 and 14 are kind of longer. Okay, we accept that. The second one is how many mentions they use. Mentions is nothing but the @ symbol, right? The @ symbol and the username. That means you are pointing to some other user. So that is called the mention. So how will I track it? So there is a symbol called @ and then the word comes, right? So we are going to use that to track how many mentions are used. So what I'm going to do is I'm having the content and then I'm just going to use one more function which is replace which column? Content. What are going to replace? @ symbol is going to be a blank as A, you can see. So now I have the content and I'm replacing the contents with, if there is a @ symbol, you make it as blank. And 120 is here. So let's keep it here and then run it. So if you see the data, this is the actual content. If you see the grateful for today's experiences at Anna Wilson. And if you see the modified one, the grateful for today's experiences and Anna Wilson. There is no @ symbol. So the @ symbol is gone. So what will happen to the length? If this length is like 40 and I remove the @ symbol, so the modified one is going to be 39, right? So if every @ symbol I remove, the length between the actual and the modified is going to be reduced by 1. If there are 10 @ symbol, then the actual length, if it's going to be 50, then the modified one is going to be 40 because we are removing 10 characters, 10 at symbols. So that is what the key point is here. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to see which one is how many mentions they use. So how will I use that? So I will just say get me the length of the content. The length of the content minus the length of the modified one where you replace the at symbol. So now whatever the difference is, that is what the number of mentions. So let me run this. Okay. So the first one says 4, the second one also saying 4. So we see this, we have Anna Wilson 1, Lisa and Chris and Mike. So there are 4. So we got 4. Even if we remove this filter and see the whole tweet, if you see this, what a beautiful day. So we have Anna, Jane. So 2 mentions. So the output is 2. So here Emily, Max, Sarah. So 3 mentions and we got 3. So it works fine. So I'm going to use this as a filter. I'm going to say from tweets where the length is 120 and the difference between the content and the modified content should be greater than 3 if and not and or. So any of these conditions satisfy, then it's a invalid tweet. So if I run this, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. Okay, so I need the tweet ID. So I got 4, 7, 13 and 14. So we saw 7 and 14 are the longest. And we see 4, you have 1, 2, 3 mentions or 4 mentions. So it's eligible, more than 3, right? And then 13. 13 we got 1, 2, 3, 4 mentions. So more than 3. So the second condition also brings in the actual required value. So third one is the hash. The hashtag starts with the hash symbol. Same like the at symbol, we can see replace the hash symbol, and then the difference between the hash and the actual content is going to be the number of hashtags. So this is what the actual query is. So we get the length as 120 and then we replace that symbol and see what is the length difference between the actual and the modified. And third one is you just did the hash symbol and see the actual content and the modified one. What's the length difference? That is going to be the number of hashtags. So this is the way you simply easy way to track the 3 conditions, the invalid tweets. So there is another function we can use in this case to find the same invalid tweets. So that is the substring. Let's do this way. We just go with tweet ID and the content, and then I am going to use the regular expression, the substring regexp substring substr, the content, and I'm going to say at symbol, start with 1, get the first one. Okay, so I am going to check get the at symbol starting with 1 and the first occurrence, right? As you say C1, I can just do 4 at least, 2, 3, 4, right? So you can say 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to take the occurrence of 2, 3 and 4. If I run this, it's showing error because there is no comma here. Okay. If I run this, I am getting the output. Let me comment this content out so we can see the data much better. Okay, so if you see this for tweet ID 1, tweet ID 1 is here. So at symbol, we have 1, 2, and 3. After that, we don't have any at symbol. So we have C1 as 1, 2, 3. The fourth one, there is no fourth, so it's a null. And for 2, we got 1. So that symbol is at C1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be null. So how many occurrences it comes? The C1, C2, C3. If it value occurs there, sorry, it's a hashtag, right? Oh, occurrence is okay. Yeah. So how many occurrences there are in the content, you get that at symbol for that column. If you see the 16th one, the last one, we got Anna, Jane. So 2. So C1 and C2 got the value. Other things are null. So for our request, we have to see more than 3 contents. So what should I say? If C4 is not null, right? If C4 is not null, then those tweets are having the mentions, more than 3 mentions, right? So that's what I'm going to use it. So I'm going to remove all this. I'm going to get this, and I say the first condition is the length, right? Where LENGT, the length of the content should be greater than 120, and the contents, if it occurs in the fourth one, right, is not null, then that tweet ID is what we are looking for. So it's 7 and 14. So it's or, not and, or. So 7, 14 and 4 and 13. So 7 and 14 is based on the length more than 120. 4, if you see, 4 is here. We got Jane 1, John, Chris, Alex. So we got 4. And if you see 13, we got Emily, Alex, Mike. So we got, this is 8. 13 is here. So we got Emily, John, Lisa, and Max. So we got 4 mentions. So we got 4, 7, 13, and 14. Same way, we can use this for the hashtag. So if we say hash, I don't think there's a new column going to come. That's all the same, 4, 7, 13, and 14. So this is what is expected, and we got it. So the first exercise, we did a length difference. You replace the at symbol or the hash symbol and see the actual length, the actual content length with the modified length. If it is more than 3, that means there are more than 3 mentions or hashtags. Same way, we can use a substring and get if the 4th column or 5th column is bringing up any values. If that bring up any value, that means those mentions and hashtags existing the 4th or the 5th time. So if you want to see the data or the SQL we used here, you can go to the YouTube channel growth data, the playlist. This is the SQL, MySQL Interview Questions. This is the playlist. If you want to see the Tamil version of it, there should be a Tamil version here, Tamil SQL Interview Questions. So you can use that. So if you go into the playlist and the video content description part, the description is here. You have the GitHub link. It will take you to the code base for that video. So this is the first video, so you can see the content. And we are talking about the 44th video, and that video will have this link. And you can have the create statement, the 2 mentions. The one is the replace logic, and the second one is the substring logic. So both are available here. So if you want to join the WhatsApp channel, there is a link here. You can use this and join Growth Data WhatsApp channel. Hope you like this video, and thanks for watching.